Mr. Snow. I'm Mr. Icicle. I'm Mr. Ten Below. Friends call me Snow Miser. Whatever I touch turns to snow in my clutch. I'm too much.
He's Mr. White Christmas. He's Mr. Snow.
That's right.
He's Mr. Icicle. He's Mr. Ten Below.
Friends call me Snow Miser. Whatever I touch turns to snow in my clutch.
He's too much.
I never wanna know a day that's over 40 degrees. I'd rather have a 30, 20, 10, 5, and then it's free.
He's Mr. White Christmas. He's Mr. Snow.
That's right.
He's Mr. Icicle. He's Mr. Ten Below.
Friends call me Snow Miser. Whatever I touch turns to snow in my clutch. Too much.
Too much.
Good afternoon, Coded Friend .001 listeners. Monitor's working. And a happy Thanksgiving to everyone. I was awoken today. I slept very late for some reason. I woke up today to the FedEx overnight guy with a giant box of Christmas cookies from my sister. So I am already over my limit on Christmas cookies, especially Butterhorns. I'm going to consider today a cheat day on my current diet. And I have a pint of eggnog to go with my cookies. And a pint of hot coffee. So I'm in both worlds right now. A little on the decadent side with my breakfast choice and enjoying coffee and eggnog simultaneously. Heat miser, cold miser kind of thing. 1974, the year without a Santa Claus, the Snow Miser, Heat Miser, little musical number songs are, well, they fit this time of year, and they kind of make me feel like a kid again sometimes. So we had the cold miser on the way in, snow miser. We'll have the heat miser on the way out for you snowbirds that start heading south this time of year. Dearman says, early enough for me. Scott Amos says, good afternoon, friends, coded and otherwise. Hand pink waving. Glad you're broadcasting coded. I'm on the yard working. Nice. Raking leaves, Scotto. Delete funds with an NTFG. Jammin' Jet says, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I want to say thanks to the audience for, it's been I think like a year and a half almost since I started. The past year has been a wild ride. It's been a lot of fucking fun. It has been. I want to thank the listeners for, the core who's here all the time, and the extras who have us rated at a 126%. Oh no, 106, 100. They were around 100. We're over 100% subscriber participating. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for participating in the chat. You guys are a big part of the broadcast, the Discord people. Scotto's memes all over fucking Discord. You guys are intelligent and you're creative, and this live stream would probably be a bore fest at least half of the time if it wasn't for your wit and input. And I thank you all for that. Let's the Gia thing last night. I'm not telling anyone how to talk to anyone or how to behave or how to express yourself. I will ask that as new people trickle in, especially if they're coming from a place where, you know, we've been monitoring the show host, be a little extra patient, a little extra tolerant. I'm asking, I'm not telling. Like the look, Rights On was probably the best value add to the group and the stream in the past year. Irish Demon goes live with a Chili suing me with a Irish lawyer thing. I shoot a message to Rights On. What the fuck's going on here? Is this true? And, you know, within a couple hours, I get a message back from Rights On. Total fucking bullshit. So, you know, excuse me while I cough right into the mic. Making friends and building bridges of trust with people who are in the know, in other areas of YouTube and above board out in the open, not, you know, behind the fucking scenes sneaky shit. Everybody knows I talk to Rights On, including Chili and the people in Chili's camp, including Dan at Welsh News Network and other people. You know, if you can't build those bridges to see inside closed doors, then you're going to wind up like Welsh News Network. You just make shit up as you go. I think what Welsh News Network suffers from the most is a lack of quality connections outside their, you know, 5-panel members. So they've built an echo chamber, and to avoid having an echo chamber built, we have to have dissenting voices come into the side chat. So I'm asking, I'm not telling. Please be more patient, tolerant of people coming in. Let them say what they want to say. I mean, we're strong enough to take it, that's for sure. And we're creative enough to, you know, counter bullshit in a fucking mildly hilarious way. Zach and Butch, the friendly pit bull, are with us. Good to have you here, bro. I hope Laura shows up, because I did increase the size of my font. Not a lot, just a little bit. And it's almost like I got glasses, but you'll never know because I don't show myself. So I didn't go anywhere since the last broadcast, and all I've done is receive a giant box of fucking Christmas cookies, and pretty much been hanging out since I woke up, drinking coffee, eggnog, and eating Christmas cookies. I did figure out how to make my font a little bit bigger, though. Smitty Sanitarium is with us, and Smitty, as usual, has a hashtag Schmitty don't care. Schmitty, if you're still there, it's Thanksgiving, dude. Today, at least for a little bit. Care, just a little bit. Jammin' Jet says, hey, at Smitty's Sanitarium, hashtag Serenity Now. Hashtag Serenity Now. I don't think that's too inside for baseball for me. Jammin' Jet says, at Delete Funds, happy Thanksgiving. Chili D, con artist, is with us. Happy Turkey Day, Playboys. Wow, that eggnog's thick. Gemma Jet says, that Zach and Butch, the friendly pit bull, happy Thanksgiving. There's a lot of Thanksgiving happies back and forth. Jam and Jet says at codedfriend.001, happy Thanksgiving to you. I think Jam and Jet, too, is another kind of success story. I think we were a little standoffish in the beginning, at least for the first or second time I saw you in the side chat, but things have leveled out. We're going good. I enjoy you being here. Chili the Con Artist said, I bought 37 trifolds. I'm giving them as gifts for Christmas. Well, I'm sure Mr. DeCastro appreciates your financial support, sir. Gem and Jet says, at Chili D Con Artist, I'll take 2. One for my wife and one for myself. Please, I'm broke. So I hope you have the seasoned spirit in you to let us have them for free. Gem and Jet, I'm sure Chili D Con Artist, and I'm not recommending that he do this, but he could probably scan it and send you a copy of it, a little PDF-er. Take some of the free gifts, take the burden of that off of Chili. Do him a favor. McAddick says, hello all, NTFG. Today is a beautiful day. We've had a string of rainy, gloomy days in a row. It's on the cool side, but it is sunny. McAddick says, hey. You can thank us later for protecting your border. We kept that loon from getting across yesterday. Is there any more news on that? I didn't see that. Did they rule out a terror thing? Hopefully it was just a couple drunk teenagers. Jam and Jet says, at McAddick's, happy Thanksgiving. McAddick says, hi, Jam and Jet. Our Thanksgiving was last month. McAddick's is Canadian, but happy Thanksgiving to the U.S. Zach and Butch, the friendly pit bull, says, happy Thanksgiving at Jam and Jet. Jeremy Costello says, pushed again. Yeah, I had to render tunes. That's how I bait you guys to get you here on time. Writes on says, at codedfriend.001 and all the Americans, NTFG peeps, happy Thanksgiving. I hope our world peeps are having a great day as well. Thank you, Writes on. Dermot Costello says, hi to Jam and Jet. Dermot says, hi to Writes on. Writes on says, at Dermot Costello, good to see you, pal. Oh, hello, baby, says happy Thanksgiving to everyone. John Clark says, God, I'm so happy you're going live. I hate Thanksgiving, mostly Black Friday. I'm working today. I got to go in. I'll probably show up at work about 8 o'clock, work till like 4 in the morning. Today's a good club day. It's a late night club day. A lot of out-of-towners visiting and out with friends. So it should be a fun night tonight. And there's always food coming out of the kitchen on Thanksgiving, which is good. So I'll wait till I get to work to eat. I'll just keep nibbling at these Christmas cookies. Food and family, Mr. Clark. That's what Thanksgiving's all about for me. Zach and Butch, the friendly pitbull, say hi at Right On. Hope you're having a good Thanksgiving. Hello, baby says we have guests in 30 minutes. Let's go. She said that at 2:55. Have your guests arrived yet? Hello, baby. Give me some names and we'll warmly greet them when they show up. John Clark says, thanks. Writes, Thanksgiving is a bad time for me, even Christmas. At John Clark, sorry to hear that. This year is a rough one for us too. We have 2 empty seats this year. It's been a hell of a weird month. Look, okay, so um I have such a weird approach to this. The deeper the loss you feel at the absence of a uncle, a friend, a grandfather, grandmother, auntie, mother, dad, brother, sister, whoever used to be there and isn't there, the deeper the sadness felt, for me is a positive thing because it relates even years after the passing. It relates how important and significant that person was in your life. Like if a person isn't important to you or insignificant to you, you you're probably not going to miss them when they pass because they didn't mean anything to you. They didn't have an impact in your life. So the deeper the sadness at the absence, the greater the bond was between the two people. So for me, that sadness, I can easily equate it with the joy of when that person was present. So it's a good way to not get down about it. It's to realize that the 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 deeper the longing for the person who isn't there, the better that person was in your life. And that's kind of a gift to have those people that you feel the loss of, because there are plenty of people that pass through our lives that aren't with us anymore and we're not even aware of it. So that's the sadness that turns to joy. The Christian scripture talks about it. So don't get lost in the loss side of the holidays. Rejoice in the loss. It means there was something very important there. Nothing lasts forever. Neither does anyone. Hello, baby, says a toast to absent friends. Perfect. Writes on, agrees with a yes. Hello, baby is singing the Mr. Heat Miser song. Nice. Jesse VR is in the room. Hello, Jesse. How are you? Scrolling. Oh, misty-eyed girl. Scotto's here with a yo-yo to John Clark. Misty-eyed girl says, I hope that you all are enjoying your day. Let's check with Dearman and see how his day's going. Dearman says, yeah, McAddicts, fuck them and their turkey. I would have to say that your hope has been fulfilled, that Dearmid is enjoying his day. Look how he's talking. This means Dearmid's in a good mood. Jamming. Did I miss something with jamming? I probably did. Sorry, I'm not backtracking. McAddick says don't go into the light. Logan Sandman is here. Hey, everybody. McAddix is talking about Dan. Dan built an airtight echo chamber because his brain uses less oxygen. Sweet. Dermot Costello says, but they hurt my fifis when they come in. Dermot, you'll well, you be you, Dermot. You're not. I'm really not worried about you. You don't tend to jump on people. I think you time out your own friends is like your fatal flaw, Dermot. You'll start arguing with somebody and get frustrated and then time out McAddix. Didn't you kick Logan Sandman or time him out or something? Logan got a little upset about it. Learning to joke around to Logan. AP is with us. That border explosion happened 15 minutes away from my house. Where's my exclusive pics, bro? Shit, man, you could have fucking jogged there. Misty-eyed girl at McAddicks. How did I not know you were Canadian? Probably because you never heard his voice. Dear Costello, he says a lot. Hello, baby says, no, they have not. GMK, the OG GMK is with us today. Thanksgiving, minus eat a ton of dry turkey and other crap. Cannot pass gas due to societal protocol at such gatherings. Get backed up. Feel like crap. Happy Thanksgiving. Wow, dude, you're doing a whole lot of shit wrong. Don't eat so much. If the turkey's dry, that's what gravy's for. Dry turkey and other crap. Man, dude, you like Thanksgiving is sweet potato pie and pumpkin pie and apple pie. What are you talking about, crap? You can't pass gas inside, so you go out fucking side, dude. You step into the garage. It's what everybody does, dude. I think you put too much pressure on yourself, GMK. Just be you. AP says happy Thanksgiving. GMK. And then there's the lunch conundrum. Eating lunch at the normal time will ruin the early time of Thanksgiving dinner. You skip it, are hungry for hours, and then overeat. Happy Thanksgiving. GMK, it sounds like you lack self-control. Snack. Have breakfast. Have a small snack in between. Oh my God. Did you eat nothing yesterday? Is that why you're so fucking hungry today? Hello, baby says, I gotta help mom. The potatoes require a discussion. But you'll be what I listen to later. Hand pink waving. Kelly W says, hey, Coded, good luck with the potatoes. Hello, baby. Boil them or bake them. It's hard to fuck up a potato. I would boil them and then do garlic mashed. Heavy fucking butter. But a lot of toasted garlic. What do you think of that, right, Tom? Then you can use the garlic mashed to make shepherd's pie through the week with all that fucking turkey that's left over. Nice. Scrolling. 24 in the room. Welsh News Now is with us. I am not batshit crazy, says Welsh News Now. I just play that role on YouTube. Okay. We kind of believe you. It's Dan we have doubts about. Misty-eyed girl says, I haven't eaten anything today. Ooh, if you were looking at these Christmas cookies I got butter horns. I got sugar cookies. I got peppermint cookie candy canes. I got Ruggalugs. I got Irish tea cakes, which is similar to an Italian wedding cookie, but it's almond instead of licorice. And I have leaves, which we've been making since we were little kids. I have leaves, Santa Clauses, and wreaths, cookie shaped, that are dipped in chocolate. My mother baked from scratch when I was a kid. Welsh News Now says in the real-time chat, I like my turkey with fireball gravy. Fucking nice. Do you use the crushed up anti-anxiety medication the same way you would like cornstarch in the wild turkey as a thickener? And then just you're somewhere between an au jus and a gravy at that point. Yeah. Fireball anti-anxiety medication. Thanksgiving for blackout. Poor misty-eyed girl hasn't eaten anything today. Sweet potato pie or pumpkin pie? Let me know in the chat. What's your Thanksgiving pie? There's always apple pie at every fucking holiday. 4th of July, apple pie. Thanksgiving, apple pie. Christmas, apple pie. Easter, apple pie. There's always apple pie at every holiday. Thanksgiving is, when I grew up in the North, it was pumpkin pie holiday. Now that I'm relocated in the South, which I never had sweet potato pie till I moved to the South, and I'm all about the fucking sweet potato pie now. Thanksgiving. Dermot Costello says he farts where he sits, and if they don't like it, don't smell it. Dermot's doing good today. Writes on, says WNN, cockhead, tearing laughter. GMK, the OG GMK says, I totally put too much pressure on myself and lack self-control. Happy Thanksgiving. Well, realizing you have the problem is the first step to overcoming it. Relax a little bit, dude. Try to enjoy a day. I mean, if everybody's at your house and you don't want to be around everybody, someone's house is empty, go to their fucking house and hang out. Fart in their living room while they're at your house. If you're at someone's house and you don't want to be around the people that are there, go back to your own house, which will be empty. There's a lot of pecan pie. Pecan pie is the two choices were pumpkin or sweet potato, and everybody's saying pecan pie. GMK, the OG GMK says, I eat all the pies. See, I knew you knew how to have a fucking good time. Welsh News Now in the real-time chat says, Jimbo loves Robitussin pie and bagels. Robitussin pie. Jim is such a fucking weird guy. It's amazing how weird he is. Logan Sandman says, boiled red potatoes, heavy whipping cream, a pound of bacon bits, yummy. That actually sounds pretty fucking good. My favorite potato salad is, it was always called German potato salad, and it's crumbled bacon. It's quartered potatoes, crumbled bacons, the reds like Logan was talking about, crumbled bacon, not fucking bacon bits, bacon fried in a pan, fried down. And then you save a little bit of the fat, do the potatoes through the fat, vinegar, bacon crumbles, let it sit in the fridge for a day before you fucking eat it. Salt away. It's fucking great. Writes on says, when my relatives first came to America, they made lasagna on their first Thanksgiving. It's been 20 years now, and they have conformed. Dude, I would do a fucking Thanksgiving lasagna. I can see where that would fucking work. The giant fucking lasagna on the table with because writes on your family get-togethers are like 25, 30 people is small for you guys. I had a buddy grew up in my neighborhood, but he was from Amsterdam, New York, which was 45, 50 minutes away. That's where he was born. He moved into the suburban area I lived in. We went to school together. But when we were teenagers, I would go with him to the family outings and shit. And there'd be like fucking 300 people there. Like his grandparents had a 15 or 20 acre farmstead, and his grandfather he wouldn't move. They had planned to go south when they were elderly, but he refused to sell the house and the property, and he wouldn't move because he said, where's everybody going to get together if I sell this house? It was like a 4th of July picnic at his grandparents' place was 300 fucking relatives. Misty Eyed Girl says, I feel like my family is the only one who doesn't serve mashed potatoes for things. What? Yeah, that's the strangest thing I've ever heard. That don't serve mashed potato. You do a baked potato or a big fucking giant bowl of potato salad? Who doesn't have mashed potatoes on Thanksgiving? I think you're right. Dermot Costello says, since when have the Irish used almond in cake? I wasn't talking about that. Oh, I don't know if that's directed toward me. I mentioned Russian tea cakes, which are similar to did I say Irish wedding cake? I meant an Italian wedding cookie. I might have fucking said that wrong. I might have said Irish wedding cookie, and I'm incorrect in that. If I had said that, I was referencing an Italian wedding cookie. If you've never had a Russian tea cake, you should probably get one. It's a dense, dry cookie. Like you have to have a cup of coffee or a glass of milk with it. Buddy says, sup coated. Sup, buddy. Logan Sandman says, pecan pie, that's mom's rule, and she has spoken. That's just too fucking sweet. That's just nuts and sugar. Like, it's hard for me to eat a pecan pie, and I like sweet shit. Rebel pecan pie. GMK. He eats all the pies. Writes on sweet potato casserole with toasted marshmallows on top. That's my number one. We had candied carrots on Thanksgiving the same way. They were baked in brown sugar. There were carrots that were baked in brown sugar, and then right before you pulled them out of the oven, you put the jumbo marshmallows right down the fucking casserole dish and just let that fucking melt and toast. Yeah, man. That was fucking great. But we only really ever had those on Thanksgiving. Like, my mom wouldn't, make them during the week with a roast beef or something. It would have been good if she did. Misty Eyed Girl, pecan pie. Oh, my God. Welsh News Now says Jimbo loves Robitussin. The Caddick says prefer butter tarts. Do you know what a butter horn is? The cookie dough is cut in a circle, and then it's rolled up. It's got cinnamon sugar, and sometimes I think the Rugalugs is the same thing, but it has raisins in it. They're killer fucking cookies. But he says, hey to jamming. Welsh News Now says Jimbo loves Robitussin pie and bagels. Logan Sandman, rendered bacon ends are how you make bacon bits. Most of them are made with soy now, bro. The ones you buy in the store. At Welsh News Network now, cream cheese lox and bagels. Jim and Jet says at Welsh News Now. Cream cheese lox and bagels. Oh my God, I was a huge fan of that shit when I was a kid. Especially if the lox was smoked. Writes on says, yep, we are over 30 this year. One of the few times a year both kitchens get used. Yeah, man. I would love to fucking be there, dude. I know what those meals are fucking like and all about. And I've sat at tables with Italian friends that, like, after the meal was over, you couldn't, it was impossible to fucking get up and get away from the table. Just ate so much fucking food. Misty Eyed Girl says at codedfriend.001 sweet potatoes only, no mashed. Italian wedding cookies are yum. Okay. I can see sweet potatoes instead of mashed. Yeah, that works. You're right, it's not common, but that's a good fucking combo. That's a really good combo. Tell your ma I said I like her menu. Misty Eyed Girl says at writes on, that's how we have sweet potatoes during the holidays. Yeah. We did the same thing, but we called it candied carrots, and we used carrots instead of sweet potatoes. But the carrot would get almost soft like a sweet potato. Not quite as soft, but close. Kelly W says, Coded, what do you think about Dan and Blacka's new channel? We talked a little bit about it last night. I think Dan knows that, he's not going to recover monetization on his Welsh News Network channel. I think it's an insanely stupid move. While I think where Dan fucked up is while he was under that, he's been lying about. He's not been telling the truth about the situation from the get-go. I mean, at first he was actually trying to blame it on me and Chili in a coordinated brigading of Welsh News Network via Rights On as the go-between between the coordinator between me and Chili. It's complete bullshit. I don't report brigade. Dan actually does that shit, and he actually admitted a couple months back that he, when I accused him of doing it to me and he denied it, he actually admitted that he was doing it. I mean, can they build a legitimate channel? Because the 10,800 subscribers they have is just bought shit. I mean, it's so fucking obvious. It's insane. And then when you have access to the Washington University dead subscriber calculator, he's weeks after he had put on 8,000 plus subs, he had a measurable dead subscriber base of 92%. Only 8% of his subscriber base was active. So that's all bot click shit. Can he build a real channel? I don't know. He's a fucking sensationalist. And the problem with sensationalism is you constantly have to one up your last sensationalized epic, whatever you want to call it. So Dan has systematically gone from, we have contacts at the FBI, Chili's dead bang to rights, fuck alleged, that shit started back in fucking what, January, February. That's a year ago. Look at where he is now. He's demonetized. He's got a dead fucking subscriber base, 92% dead. They did Becca's solo channel was supposed to be classic story time with Becca, and then the Am I an Asshole segment was run on Welsh News Network, but Becca announced that she was going to take that to her solo channel, and that she was developing it for that. So Dan was participated in the first episode. It was interesting. We got to see a view of Dan's tiny little council house room with sunlight actually coming through the window, the blinded window with fabric hanging over it. The room he's in is fucking tiny, man. Dan, you need to go out and get a fucking job, dude. You need a paycheck. Taking some fucking American widow for her fucking savings, you shitbag fuck. Black is hungry for attention. She wants to be noticed in the world. So, you know, there's a cost that comes with that. You put yourself in view of people like fucking Dan. So on the last check, they had 92 subscribers. And let me give that a check right now. You know, they were able to garner 50 listeners on the 2 35-minute episodes. Mrs. Nice and Mr. Oh, they have 98 subscribers. So they've grown a little bit. Oh, they did a new one today. Nope, they have one coming up at 4 p.m. It's 3:41. Oh, I'll hit the notify me on that, and we'll see about doing a little stream snipe there. We'll see if Dan's... I think these were all shot in advance because Dan... Well, the first 2 episodes, Becca and Dan are wearing the same clothing in both, and they're 2 days apart. We'll hold that, see what happens when the... Yeah, Kelly W., if you go to Mrs. Nice and Mrs. MRS, Nice and Mr. MR, $$ $HOLE, Mrs. Nice and Mr. Asshole, you will find Blecka and Dan's new venture. It's not Blecka's solo thing anymore. Dan seems to have, you know, mooned everyone through the bus window and left his mark on the fucking window. We all know that kid from junior high school. Dan seems to behave like a 13, 14-year-old boy. Kelly W. says, I saw WNN is on Twitch. They have 5 followers. Kelly W. says Blecka could actually do well if she got away from Dildan. I said it a while ago. I said it jokingly, but when they announced they were going to go 7 days a week with their live stream, and Dan was announcing, you know, that he wanted the channel to be streaming 24/7. Fucking dumbass. That's what you need. More Dan. I suggested that Becca break away from the boys, get 2 female co-hosts, and I would bet that her view numbers with 2 female co-hosts would be a lot higher than the Welsh News Network panel of 5. Yeah, Dan's jumped on Becca's thing because Dan's a control freak. Dan's totally a control freak. That's why I aggravate him so much. Jam and Jet says, at Misty Eyed Girl, I'll have them with capers, tomatoes, onions, whatever is on hand at the time. I believe that's more talk about the sweet potatoes. Kelly W's Twitch comment. Kelly W says he actually has a window. Yes. Look at the Mrs. Nice and Mr. Asshole videos, and you'll get a better look at that little 10 by 10 room Dan is fucking shoehorned into. Kelly W says, I didn't know closets had windows. It's a 10 by 10 room, bro. It's probably a normal sized bedroom that was maybe split in half. Logan Sandman says, at Kelly W, my next door neighbor has a window in the master bedroom closet. It's a huge walk-in closet. That's actually a good place for a window. Jam and Jet says, at Kelly W, womanizing Dildan, messing with Blacka. Yeah, he's trying to keep her under control. Short leash on that doggy. Scott Amo says, why didn't she say piss off to Dan and kick him off her space? Dan owes her money, so she, Becca, Shuggy are in the KFAR zone. They're owed money. By a rich guy with an estate and fucking access to a Learjet and all the rest of the fucking nonsense. Kelly W says Hank and Jim must be distraught. I wonder if they're gonna, like snakishly shed their skins and hope those parasitic ticks go by the wayside. Jim and Jet says, at Scott Amo, Dildan probably owes Blacka money. I'm confident that is true. Writes on, says that Jim and Jet, I think so. Money. Kelly W says they broadcast multiple platforms at once, hoping to cover the span. Their content is so fucking terrible. They're never going anywhere. And legit subscriber additions, it would take 5 years of normal growth in subscribers and content tweaking to normalize Dan's numbers. Like, Dan's numbers are so fucked. His subscriber base is 92% dead. I mean, those numbers are so out of fucking whack that to get that to, 40, 50%, you have to add 10,000. You have to add almost 10,000 new real subscribers that show up. Dan can't do that. Welsh News Network is unfixable as far as the where it would be ranked in the algorithm. So Welsh News Network's problem is it's not getting recommended. It's demonetized. It's, it's low on the recommend list. Super low. And it's going to stay there. Jim and Jet at Kelly W and Shuggy must be confused. I don't think Shuggy's that dumb. He's hanging around at Josh's spot. He's, putting the feelers out, talking to other YouTube creators on, the anti or, the opposed to or dislike Welsh News Network tactics. Shuggy's actually trying to network with people on that side of the fucking fence. If your bailout plan, Shuggy, is a kiss and tell thing on Dan, don't come and knock it over here. If you want to talk, man to man, have a gentlemanly conversation about what the fuck's going on, or just about you and me in general, yeah, you're welcome to come here anytime, bro. I'll talk to you, Shuggy. I'll talk to you in a patient and tolerant fashion. But you're not going to do the, Colin Scott Campbell fucking talk shit, do a fucking lap around the fucking bases. Don't fucking run past here. We're not interested. Kelly W says, Wan's panel. I don't know if you meant to put the A in there, but it's great. It sounds like they're fucking whining, which is all they ever really do. Wan's panel will put people to sleep. Yes, it is as effective as most sleep aids and non-addictive. Rayton says, I agree. A lot of bling. One of the dorm rooms my daughter had in college had a window in it. She had plants on the sill. I had the same kind of setup. Misty-eyed girl says that. Misty-eyed girl, the closet had a window. Dan is veritably living inside a closet. We'll hang out for 10 minutes. We'll catch the opening of today's Blecka and Dan review. Am I the asshole? 8 minutes. 8 minutes. Kelly W says, I think Shuggy is a decent guy when he's not on WNN. At least it appears he sees what's going on. I don't know about the decent guy thing because he's associated with WNN. I mean, the climate and the culture there is that truth takes a second seat to savory. We saw it when we were looking at the clip that with Jim on the last Welsh News Network stream, where Jim said was talking about breaking news in the LIA court case, and he said the judge has ordered the defendants to respond to the complaint by the end of today or else. And then there's all the talk is about what the or else is. And Jim, quickly adds, well, the judge didn't say that. I added that. That's not fucking news, Jim. You claim you write a newspaper. That's not news, Jim. Reporters don't add words into fucking quotes. There was no or else statement by the judge. Jam and Jet says, at Kelly W, I agree. He appears to be a good person. I don't... there's a difference between being good and being likable. Shuggy has some likability. I would reserve judgment on the good or not good until he's well clear of the Welsh News Network. Because they have actively been trying to get trolls going lately. So, Jeff Appleby. Is that Dr. Cock McLongerball's real name? Hopefully you are said person and not masquerading as such. Says Wrangler stole my service. Yeah. Wrangler is a product of his daddy. Jim and Jet says at Jeff Appleby, happy Jim and Jet says, at Jeff Appleby, happy Thanksgiving. Jeff Appleby says, yes, sir. Josh and those guys are doing such a fucking good job keeping their thumb on top of fucking wrangle dangle. Uh-oh. Deadpool Debunker has a community post up from 19 hours ago. Boy, it would be a real shame if this report pulled by a certain someone ended up online at KFAR at Erica Lanto. Ruh-roh. ASG Investigations. Confidential Investigative Reporting. Interesting. If Deadpool Debunker is live later today, you may want to check his stream out. Jeff Appleby says, my avatar should tell you it's me, LOL. They're the easiest part to copy is the avatar, Jeff. Kelly W., they are driving Kaiser insane, or should I say more insane. Yeah, he's a crazy motherfucker. He's a killer. He's a frail little waif of a man who's a killer who could get killed by a bee sting. That's how fragile that boy is. We should... Oh, I closed that tab out. I should not have. Am I the asshole? Number 3. Premieres in 2 minutes. Let's bring that bad boy up. Let's share the screen. Writes on, says, I wonder if Mumbles ordered turkey for Blue Bear, BLEWBARE, out at the guard shack. Whatever happened to Blue Bear? Oh, where has my little Blue Bear? Poor Blue Bear. He was fun to play with, too. A little dopey, but fun to play with. Oops. There we go. Sharing up the Bucket and Dan screen. Let's get that big. Can we get that big? Not yet. Did I read this? Writes on, says, I wonder if Mumbles ordered turkey. Yeah, Blue Bear at the guard shack. Kelly W. says, he's a dangerous sociopath. That's for sure. That would be a reference to Writes On. Or not Writes On. Oh, my God. I'm so sorry. I fucking said that. Wrangler. Ooh, sorry, Writes On. My bad, man. I was thinking about your fucking comments, though. Blue Bear in the guard shack. Jeff Appleby says, BRB going to grab the other May. Okay, bro. Jim and Jet says, I'll be back. We are 60 seconds away from experiencing the Dan and the Bleka experience. I got a private message from Writes On, who earlier today wished me a happy Thanksgiving. And I said back to him, same to you. Enjoy the food and the fam. And Writes On responded, most definitely. Exclamation point. I love Thanksgiving and I don't have to cook nothing. Fuck nice, man. Sit back, relax, have a beer or two, eat away, and watch your football. Oh, congratulations on the Eagles the other night, man. They're fucking looking good, bro. My Steelers lost to Cleveland, so I'm still licking my wounds on that one. Where are we on the Dan and Blacka show? Let me get me out of there. Right on says, fly, Eagles, fly. Pause that here for a second. Why do they have a fucking countdown thing? Let's watch Gia in their chat. Okay. Let's not give Gia too hard a time. So that I want her to feel comfortable speaking in here. Right on says Cock McLongerballs coming in hot. There he is. Dr. Cock McLongerballs, PhD. I'm back, but we had a guy that couldn't stop eating his own scabs and I that tied a vacuum cord around his neck, throwing it out a window, and still graduated. Wow. That's a crazy fucking story, dude. I haven't posted anything in there. I would imagine they banned me, through the studio. You can enter a list of band names. We'll see. I could post a hello today. Dr. Cock McLongerball says boot camp, that is, but Wrangler couldn't do it. Yeah, I know. Well, he got stung by a bee, bro. The first time. I don't know what the excuse was the second time. Who the fuck is Alice? I listened to that. I heard, dude, I went and looked up that tune. So first time I ever heard it, I thought it was pretty fucking cool. So we will probably play it in the future. Who the fuck is Alice says, am I the asshole? And the response, yes, you are, Dan. All right, let's see what we got going on here after fucking countdown shit is finished up yet. Wow. Cool. Warren's there. I don't see any Gia yet. Oop, there's Gia. Hi, everyone. Yay. Yay, Gia, sir. Gia Cool, Gia Cardigan, Kelly Fitzpatrick, how you Suber, Warren, Kari T, Warren, Gia Warren, Kari T.
Hello and welcome
Kelly
back to my channel.
Hello, Blacka.
Dan is joining me.
What? They must have pre-recorded.
No one's going to help you.
Call the FBI. I've been kidnapped. Ow.
Yeah.
I'm being held against my will.
The FBI doesn't want to hear from your dumb fucking Welsh ass.
She's forcing me to be nice to people.
Dan's all of this is against Dan. Big Tough Dan. All of this is against his will. Your shtick is already fucking stale, boy.
I know that's difficult for you.
98 subscribers. 11
my
watching.
First Amendment rights.
You don't have First Amendment rights.
That's not the point.
Here's it's getting annoying when Dan wheezes himself or includes himself in American culture, American citizenship. You don't have First Amendment rights, Dan. You're in Wales. When you by law have to bow to another fucking man on command. You will be beaten if you don't. You don't have First Amendment rights there, Danny boy. You still living in the fucking dark ages.
This is our Thanksgiving special. All of our stories are Thanksgiving themed.
Woohoo!
Am I the asshole for not coming home for Thanksgiving?
I think we should submit Am I the Asshole things to Reddit that are Welsh News Network oriented. Like, am I the asshole? I'm a deceased 17-year-old boy, and my parents forced me to live in a graveyard outside the house. Am I the asshole for laying on the tombstones and watching my parents in the window have sexual relations? We should write shit like that and find out how long it is before one of them gets read out on Welsh News Network. They're probably too dumb and lack self-awareness to pick up that they're the ones being fucking written about. I'm sure we could get one aired.
I have to work until Wednesday night. It's non-negotiable with my work. Then I drive about 6 hours to visit my family, getting me there about midnight on Thursday. My mom and grandma volunteered me to pick up my uncle at the airport that's 2 hours in the other direction. So now making my drive 8 hours, and he gets in at 3 p.m., so I'm inconveniencing him by waiting for me to get off work. My uncle chose this airport because it was cheaper to fly into. Everyone acts like I can just hop over there and pick him up. No worries. I just found out this yesterday, even though he bought these tickets months in advance.
Yes, Logan Sandman, he was claimed to be kidnapped yesterday and the 2 day before broadcast. It's his, that's why I said his shtick is getting stale. How do you, your relationship is over the internet. How could you be kidnapped? Your relationship is purely digital. You, with your little limp noodle in, I don't know, whatever it is you do while she's, showing a large vibratory device doing the in the outing, and somehow that arouses you. Ease up on the fucking drugs.
Work has been stupid rough recently because we are understaffed and I can't seem to catch up. Leaving on time Wednesday was already a hassle, and I needed some wiggle room just for me to get things together. Now my mom and grandma act like I can take my luggage and head to pick my uncle up directly from work because he'll be waiting on me. I finally told them that sucks because I wasn't actually able to make it to Thanksgiving this year after they asked me. I'm working early Friday. I might actually do it now because, hey, overtime. The problem is now my uncle is stuck 8 hours away from my grandma on Wednesday, and he has to rent a car last minute. He doesn't have the extra money. That's why he flew into the cheaper airport. My mom asked if I could still pick him up and maybe meet my cousin, his son, halfway. I said, I don't know my schedule, and halfway is still an 8-hour round trip. The entire family is mad at me for leaving my uncle abandoned, but I feel like it's not my problem, and I never told him to fly into an airport 2 hours in the opposite direction from me and 8 hours from my grandma. This seems like poor planning on his part, and no one asked if it was okay with me since I was the closest family member to him. I'm now being labeled with ruining everyone's Thanksgiving because everyone has to make other plans to get my uncle since I'm not bothering to help out and pick him up. Now to the point that I'm not even going to show up. Am I the asshole?
No.
Why does Becca sound so nervous while she's reading that?
everyone has to make other plans to get my uncle since I'm not bothering to help out and pick him up. Now to the point that I'm not even going to show up. Am I the asshole?
No.
Why does Becca sound so nervous? Is she just like a fucking nervous Nelly? Is she like always? Is she just always fucking like on the verge of skitzing out? How much? I wonder how much she has to take medication wise on a fucking daily basis. Kari T says, I never eat turkey. No one gives a fuck. Oh, GMK, the OG GMK is over there saying at Kari T. Huh. There's not much going on in their chat. I don't think there's much going on in my chat either. Scott Amos says, okay, make it stop. Your wish is my command. I have stopped it. Yeah, I'm not really interested in listening to that shit. What the fuck is Alice says, you do not read a good story, Becca. Did you not get practice with your kids? Exactly. They were probably fucking neglected. John Clark says, it's going to be a fireball night for Blacka. Dermot Costello says, where the fuck did they get the idea for this show? There are fucking tons of people on YouTube doing the Reddit, am I the fucking asshole reactions. There's tons of people doing this shit. McAddick says, they have not. Logan Sandman says, at Dermot Costello at r// is a fairly large YouTube channel. I mean, they're just doing what they're copying other people's shit. There's nothing original about this shit. It's shit. It's like all the other shit. It's shitty. I don't know if I have anything more really to talk about. I don't see where this Highest Priestess wanted me to stream and play Alice's Restaurant. I could play that. The problem is if there's it's a 20-minute song, and if there's advertising breaks in it, which there probably could be, I'll get a fucking strike again. Let me see if I can find something else playable on Alice's Restaurant. I could probably make up the video here as we talk. All right, let's listen to a little more Dan and Blacka. Here they are answering the am I an asshole question about picking up Uncle and bringing him to the Thanksgiving get-together.
Oh, I don't think he's an asshole at all either.
That one was so easy. There's no wiggle room there. No.
Yes, I think the family needs to get a grip.
The family are assholes.
Yeah, the family are assholes.
If you should know anything, Dan,
Especially
you
the
should
mother,
know asshole.
the grandmother, the uncle, and the cousin.
I just think all of the above family.
Yeah.
Why is it okay to inconvenience him and make him drive that many hours for a man who wanted to save a few bucks? And I bet they're not even going to help him out with gas money either.
Of course they're not.
Okay, next. Am I the asshole for making my daughter a separate Thanksgiving entree? I am 37 male, married to a 40-year-old female. There has always been some contention around my spouse and my third and youngest child who I don't have full time. I'm constantly being accused of putting her on a pedestal and making things about her, etc., etc. And I'll admit, in some ways I do, but I don't try to do it in a fuck everyone but her attitude. I still do things for her and my other two kids who live with us. Also, of important note, my daughter has alpha GAN syndrome and a pretty severe case that makes her allergic to anything mammal or mammal byproducts that are ingested and has even had airborne reactions. Moving forward to Thanksgiving. I am planning on cooking a turkey and mashed potatoes for everyone, but using ingredients that are also safe for my daughter. Everything is fine. My youngest says she really doesn't like turkey and asks if she could have some chicken chili. I'm like, fine, whatever. Handful of ingredients into a crock pot and she is covered. The rest of us will be enjoying a nice turkey dinner. My wife decided to berate me about it because turkey is something she can normally eat, doesn't cause her issues, and she is pissed off because it's Thanksgiving and my youngest isn't eating turkey with the rest of us. I honestly didn't think anything of it. It's not a big deal. Hell, I have made my wife little one-off meals before because she doesn't want to eat what we decided to eat or bring her home something. My daughter is also extremely paranoid about anything she doesn't eat regularly, courtesy of her biological mother. So for me, it was an easy fix, and I don't have to stress or deal with her anxiety. But now I am being told I am wrong for making her a mini main course that she is comfortable with wanting to eat. Am I the asshole?
Yes. That one surprised you.
Yeah.
Yeah. She couldn't do it for everybody else if they decide they just don't want to have turkey that day.
I'm still trying to decide in his complete
She's not
article.
allergic to the turkey.
Okay. Yeah. Then, yeah.
She doesn't like turkey. She just doesn't want turkey that day.
Oh, that's okay.
She normally eats turkey.
Yeah, if it was something she couldn't eat because of her alpha gal syndrome, I can understand making a separate meal for her. But if
Yeah,
she just
absolutely.
wants a separate meal just because, I understand why her.
Apparently, these two dumb fucks don't know that a turkey is not a fucking mammal. The disease she has was mammal and mammal byproduct. Turkey is not a fucking mammal. How dumb are these fucking people? You didn't get there yet.
Stepmom is a little irked about that.
Yeah. It's a whole big Thanksgiving thing. Everybody sits round, eats the turkey that's usually overcooked and fucked in so many ways.
Dan, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. There are plenty of people know how to fucking cook a turkey right, dude. Plenty of fucking people. All you're doing, Dan, is perpetuating a fucking bogus myth that people make up who are antisocial and don't want to get together in the cold weather with family members. You're spewing shit. All of the fucking turkey goes down, bro. All of it. All of it's good. Such a small portion of it is not cooked right or undercooked or overcooked or blah, blah, blah. It's part of the Thanksgiving folklore. You dumb shit. You just don't know anything about American culture, dude. So sit in your little room all alone with your red lion dragon flag and you know fucking friends, and we'll be eating to our heart's content today because that's what we're celebrating in the U.S. today. What we're actually celebrating is we're acknowledging God and the bounty of harvest. Of course, you don't have that in your country. You're still under a feudal king owns your ass system, and you pay all your shit away in fucking taxes. There is no fucking bounty. It all goes to the fucking palace with the fucking royals. That chimpanzee faced fucking Charles the Turd, that fucking twink boy that you have to hide under a gold crown and a robe because he looks like a fucking monkey. That's the dude who takes the majority of your bounty. You have a guy who takes. We have a guy who gives. That's why you're sitting in a fucking council house, 10 by 10 room. Loser.
Ways.
Thank you on the tips for the turkey.
All of which you will no doubt ignore.
No, I'm going to try it. Never heard of putting bacon on turkey before.
Yes, you put bacon over the top of the turkey. The turkey doesn't dry out. Especially if you put butter under the skin. Garlic butter is best.
There is an edit. Again, it's a little confusing. Thank you, everyone, for the input. I feel validated in the sense of not understanding why it's such a big deal. Also, many have shared some very helpful perspectives on why this could be a big issue in her eyes. I hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving week.
You're still an arsehole, mate.
Yeah, don't make your child chicken chili when she is perfectly able to eat turkey.
Even Elmo says, "Fuck you, you asshole bastard."
When he does shit like the Elmo voice, I see a decrepit old man sliding open the panel door of a fucking step van, doing that fucking voice to like a 7-year-old boy, and then holding out a handful of candy. And when the boy reaches for the candy, Dan strikes. You're a creepy motherfucker, Dan. Almost as creepy as Jimbo Felch in his catsuit fucking furry boy onesie with his clown makeup and his fucking whiskers. Yeah, you guys are weird. I need to get, I'm gonna go a little more, but I gotta get off this video because I came to say thanks to everybody, not to get in the dark mood over the possibility that this fucking dude, it's definitely possible that this dude is on a offender registry. I have very little doubt left that this guy's not currently on an offender registry list in his home country, which is why he never seems to be able to get the fuck out of there. It's all lies.
Hope you choke on your turkey.
Well, that's a little extreme.
Elmo hates Thanksgiving.
Sucks to be Elmo then.
So to date, Dan has an Elmo part of his personality. He has good Dan, bad Dan, which either one of those personalities can be bought. That's fucking weird. There's a third personality that's about to come out. Dan has talked about it's his personality, Hans. I guess you got to balance the Elmo with a Hans. Fuck, man, it's got to be tough being you. I mean, keeping all them fucking voices straight in your head. Remember your patch of the bounty, kids. Don't get in a car with strangers just because they offered you candy. Right, Dan?
No, really, because we don't do Thanksgiving in the UK, so
Fuck
fuck you, America.
Nice.
Why?
I said so. Never mind.
Yay! Let's have a celebration about how we fucked over and committed genocide against the people who lived here before us.
Oh, you shitbird fucking asshole. the Thanksgiving tradition that started was a relationship between pilgrim settlers, okay, and a small tribe of Indians that was on the verge of disappearance. It had been squeezed by tribes on both sides of it. It was literally landlocked, surrounded, and they were constantly being besieged by the tribe on either side of them. When the Europeans came, the small tribe went to do a deal with the Europeans because they wanted the guns. Europeans traded guns to the Indians, who were able to repel the two opposing tribes that were about to take their fucking land. And the celebration between the natives and the Europeans at that time was the preservation of that tribe and the bounty of the natural land. The problem the American Indians had, my friend, Dickbag Dan, is that the majority of the New England Indians sided with the British in the Revolutionary War. And when the British tucked tail and ran, they left the tribes who had backed them swinging in the fucking breeze. And unfortunately, that set the tone for the first 100 years in American, U.S. government, and Native American relationships. The fact that they backed the fucking loser. But then England, Dan with his genocidal nonsense, England had the UK had a way of going about the world and subjugating and practicing genocide on non-white communities all over the fucking world, Dan. So, you should shut that fucking cake hole of yours, because a lot of dumb shit comes out of it. You're fucking stupid, Dan. There's not a lot, but our group literally has pulled and identified clips where you show zero understanding of the Fifth Amendment, zero understanding of the First Amendment. Even Blecka can't properly explain the Fifth Amendment. Blecka is literally more stupid than your average auditor is. Blecka knows even fucking less. So thumbs up, Dan, if your United Kingdom people hadn't enticed the Native Americans to side with them and made all kinds of promises to them that you never fucking kept. They probably wouldn't suffered as badly as they had when England negotiated peace for itself and left the Native Americans to fend for themselves. So you seem to lack knowledge in basic fucking history too, which is British history, Dan.
Moving on.
What?
Am I the asshole for deciding not to go to Thanksgiving because my
Seriously?
boyfriend wasn't
I
invited?
saw that look.
What? What look? I have a lot of looks. You're going to have to break that down.
That look you gave me. Oh, God. Here he goes again.
Look at the look you gave him that made him talk in that high, squeaky, rat-like voice. That look.
Thanksgiving, a celebration of when Native Americans came and stopped white Americans from starving to death by giving them food, which you repaid by nicking everything they had.
That is a fucking straight-up fable, Dan. The Indians that shared food with us during the winter months were the very Indians we armed so that they could fend off the Indian tribes on both sides of them that were about to displace them from their fucking land after generations of conflict. So Dan, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You should shut up. You have a coloring book understanding of almost everything you fucking talk about, Dan.
Just saying, pretty shitty celebration. Love you.
Love you too. You done?
Uh-huh. I can go on longer if you like about
No, thank you.
Thanksgiving and how evil it is.
No, thank you.
Dan, is it as illegal as the genocide that your Welsh ancestors under British rule practiced against the inhabitants of Ireland? When they stole land from the native Irish peoples? Dan, you may not know this, but the first slaves transported to America. This is reported by the African American economist George Sewell. The first slaves sent to America were indentured servants during the colony stages. They were 50,000 Irish men plucked out of their fucking houses, removed from their families, put on boats, and sent to America to work an indentured servants contract. Those are the first slaves that came to America. 50,000 Irish males who were members of a dissident political party. You've been licking the boots of the boys that do that shit your whole fucking life, Dan, and generations before you licked those same fucking boots.
Also, it's a celebration that forces you to sit with members of family that you normally would want to stab rather than be in the same room as.
So your wife the second chick you were intimate with didn't like Thanksgiving because she didn't stab you? Didn't she stab you, Dad? You seem to be talking from experience here, Dan.
Yeah, that is the downside to Thanksgiving too. Okay.
So I have this theory that Thanksgiving is evil.
Dan, you've never celebrated Thanksgiving. You don't know anything about it. You just know bad stories. That's all you do is badmouth shit. Thanksgiving is a wonderful fucking holiday where families come together, eat a meal, and enjoy each other's company. Dan, I don't know what the fuck goes on in your household where there's constant fucking family members trying to stab family members, but things don't work like that here, Dan. I guess maybe like you and your cousin get really fucking nervous about, who's taking advantage of what sheep. And I know you have your favorite fucking sheep marked, and your cousin who wants to fuck with you will come take advantage of your favorite sheep while you're not around. And then everybody will give you shit that you can't protect your own sheep. Yeah. When you're shagging sheep all day, man, I'm sure you get fucking aggressively violent with your own family members.
A lot of those theories, though.
Hmm?
You have a lot of theories, though.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Only because no one will allow me to do the experiments to prove that they're facts, little things about them being crimes against humanity and stuff. I don't know.
Am I the asshole for deciding not to go to Thanksgiving because my boyfriend wasn't invited? I, 16 female, have a boyfriend, 16 male, who I've been dating for about 3 months. About a month or more ago, I asked my aunt if it would be okay for him to visit, which she said yes to. Some context: he lives in a different state about 2 hours away from me, but he plans to buy a ticket to come down. My aunt lives in a place where you can't really get anywhere without a car, which is important. Today, close to Thanksgiving, I asked my grandmother if it would be okay for him to come over since he's buying his own train ticket and he'll ride with us to my aunt's for Thanksgiving. He doesn't have a license yet, so he's unable to drive down. Suddenly, my grandma says that we are staying from Thursday to Sunday, which I do not want to do since that is the entirety of my Thanksgiving break and I won't have anywhere to sleep for that time. Then at the last minute, my aunt says that I am not allowed to bring my boyfriend because he can't stay while we stay. We are
This is fucking torture. I don't know if I can do any more of this.
Oh, but
But then again, I'm looking from the outside in. I'd probably feel different if I was the one snubbed.
I suppose if I went, I could go put sugar in the fuel tanks.
You could.
This is why no one wants you around,
Pay
Dan.
attention.
You're a vindictive little
Sand
prick.
works well too, by the way, people. Just saying.
David Costello says, please stop it. Okay, bro. I will. I got tired of it a while ago. We could take a chance on Alice's restaurant. If you want to take a chance on it, put one in the chat. It is a fucking Thanksgiving classic. GMK, the OG GMK. We saw you over in their chat room, bro. We were watching. We saw you over there. Dan's smile blows. Of course it blows. That's because Danny Boy is a cocksucker. Dermot Costello says, try a dramatic reading of Dan and Becca's convo without showing the page. Kelly W. says, neither one of them can talk. GMK says, Becca's smile is infectious? I guess. Have you seen her without the filter, dude? And the wig off? Like, she doesn't have much hair left, bro. Rebel. Bang! Dan doesn't mind Americans giving him money. He is a fucking money boy. Rebel says it's copyrighted. How do you know it's copyrighted? Do you know that faux show? Because this is on a YouTube creator's website. Stiletto is the name. I think Warner Brothers has the rights on that. I didn't mean to open that. Let's see what else is in there. There's another version of it. Live version. Alice's Restaurant Part 2. Well, I've never seen that before. The Beat Club. Yeah, I don't know if it's on Arlo Guthrie's channel. It's on Stiletto's channel. I could probably get away with playing the Stiletto's one. I think I need to get past that advertisement first. Let me just pop that back on for a second. I really don't want to get a copyright strike. GMK, the OG GMK wig. Holy shit. Yeah. I have a picture from her Facebook page when she was in her late 30s. Her hair is, kind of a crappy, dirty brown color. The kind of hair that's been bleached and dyed way too many fucking times. And in the front forehead, man, she's thin. Super thin. Dermot Costello says, then don't try it. Currently, we have one lingering copyright strike on the codedfriend.001 channel, which expires on the 27th, I believe. Well, Dan will start brigading me now. I don't know. I kind of want to do it, it being Thanksgiving and all. But I don't want the strike. Highest Priestess does want to hear Alice's Restaurant. Is Highest Priestess in the room? She can decide. HP, are you in the room? Are you in the room? Are you in the room? All right, I think I've talked about everything I wanted to talk about today. Have a great Thanksgiving, everybody. Enjoy your friends, enjoy your family. Don't play this Thanksgiving like you're curmudgeon Dan. If you can't be with the ones you love, man, love the one you're with, right? Just be a good fucking person today. Dearmond Costello says she's not here and has actually got YouTube. Thanks for confirming that she has YouTube. So never would have been able to figure that one out by myself. All right, let me get rid of that. So I brought you in with, you came in with Mr. Snow Miser. I'll let you out with the Heat Miser. You snowbird kids. Thanksgiving, right? Right after Thanksgiving, you take off for the South, or is it changed? Do you go earlier these days? I do not know. But Christmas for the Snow Lovers opened the tune, and Christmas for the Snowbirds flying south to chase the heat. 1974, the year without a Santa Claus. Heat Miser. Have a great Thanksgiving, guys. Looks like pecan pie was the pick of the day. I will be having sweet potato pie.
I'm Mr. Green Christmas, I'm Mr. Sun, I'm Mr. Heat Blister, I'm Mr. 101. They call me Heat Miser, whatever I touch starts to melt in my clutch. I'm too much.
He's Mr. Green Christmas, he's Mr. Sun. He's Mr. Heat Blister, he's Mr. 101.
They call me Heat Miser. Whatever I touch starts to melt in my clutch.
He's too much.
Thank you. I never want to know a day that's under 60 degrees. I'd rather have it 80, 90, 100 degrees. Oh, some like it hot, but I like it really hot.
He's Mr. Green Christmas, he's Mr. Sun.
Sing it!
He's Mr. Heat Blister, he's Mr. 101.
They call me Heat Miser. Whatever I touch starts to melt in my clutch. I'm too much.
Too much.